Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Wisdom is application of knowledge gained through our experiences in our day-to-day life. As regard knowledge is concerned, we are not short of knowledge. All of us know. One should not be angry, all of us know. One should not have bitterness for anybody, all of us know. Therefore, knowledge-wise, we are all perfect. The only problem comes that this knowledge is not applied by us in our life. But we have value for the knowledge. What we do, we tell others to follow that. We don't follow. See? And therefore, we fail to rise in the knowledge. This knowledge is at different levels. One knowledge is, we are talking about this world. We should, not hate each other, we should love each other, we should help others. Like, in the KG1, KG2, we are told, early to bed and early to rise, serve others. Now, how long will you go on serving? I won't tell you the place and the people, but an example which is true. There is some place, there are some people who are working under the Seva project. They serve in a far remote area. Youngsters full of life to do something for the nation, to do something for the world. After their graduation or so, they left everything and went in that remote area. And they were serving, teaching in the schools, taking hardly any salary, and leading in the most difficult terrain. And they continued for not a day or two, but for years together. And I happened to visit that area. So when I visited that area, like you asked me to talk, there also I talked. And then, slowly, one by one, they started coming. How many of you want to talk to you personally? Yes. Go ahead. See, we have been doing this seva not for a day or two, but for last 20 years, 15 years. What next? Doubt, what next? How long should we continue doing this? I said, you ask this question to that person who asked you to do this. See? Like, you are told, take this medicine. Now, if you come to and ask me, how long should I take this medicine? You go and ask the doctor who gave you. How can I tell you? No, there is nobody to tell us. They simply tell us only, do seva, that is all. But how long? We are not dumb. Mind has to be satisfied. See? So, that time I came to know, look here, extrovertedly you may do anything good to the world. Initially, it gives you a sense of goodness. That poor people I am helping, I am sleeping on the floor, I am doing tapasya, I am not taking a very rich food, It's okay, good. How long? So, first step. Then the second thing is, no, you should do yoga. You should be healthy. Do exercise. There you start getting into that another channel. And for what is yoga, etc. for us? Nothing except twisting the body. And all the time is spent only in that. Then I can sit properly, and then I can levitate. Then I can, like a frog, I can jump. How long? And it is only mechanically. The purpose behind that is not understood. Then we are told, look here, have you ever thought about something higher in your life? There was one friend of mine, I don't know where is he now. He met me in England and he said, Swamiji, do you know how I have come on this path, how I became a Swami? I said, I don't know and I don't want to know. What is there to know about others? I don't want to know. He said, no, but I want to tell you and take your guidance. I said, okay, I'll suffer, tell. Then he said, you know, I was alone studying for my master's in England, some subject. And he said, I was feeling lonely after the college hours. Nowhere to go. Then I was looking where to go. And I neither have the money nor the guts to go to the pub and drinks and all that thing. I could not do that. Maybe the childhood brought up, impressions on the mind. Then I saw somewhere yoga studios. And in the yoga studios, very lovely, these Western girls, boys, maximum girls, less boys. They used to come there. I wanted a company, so I started going there for that company, not for yoga. And I did that few years. But that also didn't give me fulfillment. Come on, how long I'm going to do this? See? And then, after that is dropped, then I thought, let me find out some other venue. And then, because I was staying in a hostel, horrible food, then I came to know ISKCON people give good food free. So I dropped their yoga and joined ISKCON. Not for Bhagavan, for food. See, this way we are going through the life without understanding what is happening. See, friends. Therefore, rising in wisdom means first we have to sort out our worldly life in such a manner that worldly life doesn't disturb us anymore. Thereafter, we have to be self-disciplined. If we are not self-disciplined, we become a problem to ourselves. And when these two things are done, worldly life, you are lived very respectfully, fulfilled your duties, everything. You are self-disciplined, very good. Then that I becomes very strong. I am not like others, useless fellows. I do my exercise regularly, and I have done all my duties. I am not irresponsible. I becomes very strong. And then to remove this I, we are told to enter the third step, is the step of devotion. And what is the devotion? The first thing that is given in the devotion, give a mala in the hand and start chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. And keep on doing. And when we are doing, we are not aware what is happening. See? One has to be extremely aware when we do anything in life. So not knowing that, mechanically we keep on doing, be attentive. Anything which is done mechanically does not give you joy, happiness, fulfillment. anything you do. For example, I went to one factory and they were manufacturing the files, steel files which are used for filing the things. Very huge factory. There are about 300 workers at a time and 3 shifts. So when they showed me, I said, may I talk to somebody? He said, yes, you can talk. So to one of the person who was on one lathe machine, I spoke to him. I said, if I talk to you, will it disturb you? He said, no, no, you can talk to me. Nobody comes and talks to us. At least you have come to talk to us. I am happy. So I was talking to him and he was taking that thing coming on the belt and putting it here, and talking to me clearly. So first question I asked him, is your work disturbed? He said, no. Second question, do you enjoy this? How long you are doing it? He said, I am doing it for last 30 years, same job. Are you not getting bored? He said, where is the choice? I had to either die without food or work this thing. So how do you do? Therefore, mechanically I lead my life. There is no charm. And therefore, after I go from here, I have my drinks and I enjoy. And now a stage has come. I have become addicted to drinks. Now what was the problem? Problem was his life was mechanical. Anything you do mechanically, it doesn't yield any positive results. See, our devotion becomes mechanical. See, friends. And therefore, our Vedanta Shastra says, Karmani chitta shuddhartham, aikagratham upasanam. Karma is done only to purify the mind. Yoginaha karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhe. Then, upasana, devotion is done to make the mind available to us whenever we want. See, if we are sincere, you will agree with me. First time, many years before, I was given the mantra diksha of Gayatri mantra. Many years. And I was told, chant 11 times and chant loudly. Om bhurvhu swaha tassaviturvarenyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yo na prachodayat. But as every student, disciple thinks he is wiser than the guru, I also thought like that. Why should I chant only 11 times? What do you think? I can't chant 108 times? And why loudly? I don't want to show to the world. I will do it in the mind. And I started. Slowly, slowly, Steve Jobs and Bill Gates entered my heart. And at a time, number of windows started opening. One window doing the japa, Om Bhurbhusvata Setirvarenyam. Second window, I have not washed my clothes, I have to wash them. The third window, I have to study, I have not prepared my notes. At a time, 4 or 5 windows opened. And I continued with that, not for a day or two, but for 6 months. One day, I said, hey, what I am doing? When I am not chanting the mantra, I am perfectly all right. The moment I start Gayatri mantra, immediately pops out, so many windows will open. I said, this is something wrong. I must stop it. I dropped that everything. No more chanting. Then again start working on that. So, what for the japa is done? Be attentive. This is the most important principle. We all are victims of our own mind. Nobody is responsible for our problems in life. Atmaiva atmano bandhu, atmaiva ripuratmana. We are our friends, we are our enemies. Because we work by the mind. We never work on the mind. Japa sadhana is done to work on the mind, not by the mind. When we start doing the japa sadhana on the mind, no, we are working by the mind. It becomes only mechanical. On the contrary, you start working on the mind. See, I was in Kumbh Mela last year for 21 days in the month of January, February, extremely cold in Prayag, and every morning 5 o'clock we used to go and take bath in the Ganges. So cold it is. And after the bath we'll come and then sit before the fire, have a nice cup of tea, and I used to sit for my prayers. And then we used to have about 8 o'clock a satsanga. And in the satsang there used to be one elderly person. He was about 78, 80 years old and extremely erudite scholar. The whole Bhagavad was, known by him by heart. He was a principal of a Sanskrit college, very much respected. Everybody used to call him Guruji, Guruji, Guruji. And all the time mala in the hand. So he asked me, what kind of Swami you are? You have got no mala in your hand? I said, I am abnormal. I don't chant Lord's name with the mala. He said, how come? I said, this is what it is. He said, no, we have to chant. I told him, I'll ask you sincerely, don't get offended. Has your chanting the Lord's name dissolved your mind? The mind dissolves in consciousness if the mantra chanting is properly done. Like, if we have taken food, hunger must be satiated, is it not? But we say, no, I went to the hotel, and the whole menu I read 20 times, but still the hunger is there. But did you eat food? No, I was only chanting the menu. In the same manner. So, I told him, I said, look here, we chant the mantra as if we are taking Ayurvedic medicine. How do we take Ayurvedic medicine? We don't taste it, isn't it? Gulp it and a glass of water, oh God, get me something sweet. In the same manner, our chanting is like that. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. This is a cartoon of japa. See, don't bother how many times you chant. How much time you spent with him. That's important. And suppose you have got only 5 minutes. Then those 5 minutes, you are only with the Lord through the support of the name. So we start chanting Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. The mind slowly dissolves. This way, we are working on the mind without going to sleep. Remain extremely alert, fresh. So, what is rising in wisdom? That we rise above the mind and start living in consciousness. Presently, we are living as the body, for the body, on everybody. Presently, we are living as the mind, by the mind, on everybody. You should do this, you should not do this. We use the mind only to dictate the world. We have never taken care of our mind. See, friends, we have to take care of our mind. Nobody can take for that. This one sincerely, if you follow, we have never worked on our mind. We take care of everything. What should be the curtain? What should be the color combination? What should be the flooring? What should be the food? We should not take non-veg, we should take vegetarian. We should not eat this, we should not eat that thing. So many care we take. What care we have taken about our mind? Our mind is like a public toilet. We are fed up of our own mind. And therefore, either we go to drinks and drugs or run away because we are fed up of our mind. Work on the mind. And when we work on the mind, our mind becomes like a mirror. A mirror reflects everything without biasness. The mirror reflects everything but retains nothing. See, friends, we have to ourselves work on this mind. Mind cannot survive when it comes in the utter present. Therefore, mind doesn't want us to remain in the present. So what the mind does? Either goes back in the past and all old unwanted memories are dug. We keep on thinking, well, it was like that, it was like, see, the old fellows, they never live in the present. See? During our time, the things were not like that. Has anybody asked you? No, I am just telling you. For whom? One of the highest spiritual practice is this. I am not giving a mala in your hand. Try. Don't talk about your past. He who doesn't have the past doesn't have the future. And the past and the futures are dropped. Mind dissolves. That mind has highest wisdom. Technically it is called as intuitive knowledge or the Rutambhara Pragya. Intuitive knowledge is that knowledge which is not born out of cause and effect. See, our knowledge is only based on cause and effect. See, friends, this intuitive lifestyle is the lifestyle of all the great masters. because they are no more working by the mind. The mind is at their disposal. When thus we control the mind perfectly well, then you will see sky is the limit to your joy. There is a fulfillment in life. Then there will be no questions, no doubts, no discussion, no nothing. Because the mind has dissolved. Now, to come to this stage, we require some basics as data to work upon. It is said in the scriptures that, like this hall, this house, in this house, everything was added after the house was constructed. The furniture, the flooring, or the various fixtures, they were added after the house is constructed. Is the space added after the house is constructed? When the house is constructed, space is already there. So what we talk, that we are inside the space in this house. But what is the truth? The house is in the space. See? Exactly the same way. Our present knowledge is, I am inside the body. Before the house was constructed, space was there. After the house is constructed, nothing is created as a house space. In the same manner, in the conscious space, this whole world appears. Be attentive. The scriptures give us directions, easier to understand. When the baby is growing in the womb, up to the age of 5 months, there is only life. But the soul has not entered up to the 5 months. In Bhagavad Mahapuran it comes. And after that, slowly, the life grows and the baby is born. And it is said, you must have seen small kids, when they are sleeping, sometimes they smile, sometimes they cry, no reason. It is said that till the teeth come out, they are living the past life, lingering. See? When you enter a new house, there are so many things still lingering. You open the tap and it never closes, the water is flowing. See? You get it fixed afterwards. In the same manner, the absolute reality starts expressing through the body as life. Now be attentive. Like the space doesn't enter the house. The space is already there. House is created in the space. In the same manner, the body is created in the consciousness. Now this consciousness enters as if. Enters as if means the space has entered the house. So the consciousness enters the body through the cranium, and beyond this cranium is called as, in the language of the Yoga Shastra, the Sahasrar, the infinite reality. The total space is outside the house space. In the same manner, the infinite reality is beyond the limitations of the body. That is called a Sahasrar, infinite one. Now that one enters from Simanam Murdhanam. From the top it enters, and at the Agya Chakra, The first expression is the Dvidala Padma, the Purusha and the Prakriti. In Agya Chakra, there is Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha is the one who doesn't change. Prakriti is the one who cannot stop but change. When this Purusha supports the Prakriti, now the Prakriti is changing. So the first change in the Prakriti is Tasmad Atmanaha Akasha Sambhutaha Akashad Vayuhu Vayoragnihi Agner Apaha Adbhyaha Prithvi Prithivya Oshadaya Oshadibhyo Annam Annat Purushaha. The whole world is created. So, Anahat Chakra, Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha doesn't change. Now the Prakriti first changes. First change in the Prakriti is called as space. And that place called as the five great elements, the first element is space. The space is located in our Vishuddha Chakra. So in Vishuddha Chakra, Paramatma plus space means nothing. Then this space further, Prakriti further modifies. And modification will be what? Space is without movement. Modification will be introduction of the movement. The introduction of the movement happens, then the Anahata Chakra becomes enlivened. And when there is a movement, then the next modification of Prakriti happens, and that is called as the Agni Tattva. Wherever there is a movement, there is heat generated. So Agni Tattva happens in the Manipur Chakra. And when the heat is generated, there is bound to be perspiration. Therefore, the Swadhisthana Chakra, where desire is a prominent characteristics. And ultimately, tiredness, laziness, indolence is the Prithvi Tattva. And in this manner, one Purusha is now expressing through these 6 chakras. Like one man expresses through the child body disappears. He doesn't disappear. Then the teenage body disappears. He doesn't disappear. Then the teenage body disappears. Middle-aged body, he is the same. Purusha doesn't change. He is the same. See, friends. So now where are we? Now we are caught up in body identification, in the Prithvi Tattva. What will be the rising in wisdom? Give up the Prithvi Tattva, the element earth, come to the water element. Give up the water element, come to the fire element. Give up the fire element, come to the air element. Give up the air element, come to the space element. Go beyond the space, come to the Purusha. Go beyond the Purusha Prakriti and merge in the Absolute. This is the path that one has to follow. This must be known. Without the GPS, you cannot reach a destination. This is the GPS. So where are we? We are in body identification. No, Swamiji, you may be at the body, but we are far away from body identification. Where are we? We are lost in this world. Husband, wife, brother, father, mother, sister, children, Hare Ram, 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 Ram. No end to that. Enough. Remain with the world up to a particular limit, not beyond. And for that, one simple rule I'll tell you. Don't get disturbed because of anybody in life. Be it your parents or be it your children. Be it your brothers or be it your wives. Don't bother. Up to a particular limit, yes. Beyond that, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. We carry the burden of relations and possessions throughout our life. And who are miserable? These fellows who do not exist. They are miserable. See? Then we are consciously practicing rising above the body identification. Because when I am identified with the body, then only I am mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. When I am not identified with the body as in deep sleep, I am nobody. And yet the world continues. But we have that wrong notion. Without me, how the world will continue? Rise above the body identification. What are the symptoms of rising above the body identification, sir? To whom to ask? Number one, the world will not disturb us. Number two, there will be no disturbances from anything or anybody on account of the desire. The disturbance in the mind is nothing but desire. I want this way, I want that way. See? And we don't understand how we are victim of our mind. One example I'll give just now, which happened here. This is how we don't live in awareness. We are leading only by the mind. We are not working on the mind. This is just an example, don't misunderstand. Now that Amma was sitting over there. She said, I am all right here. It was okay, all right. But the host, no, you sit here, I will feel good. You may not feel, but I should feel good. See, how we insist. Similarly, when the food is being given, they will tell, no, how you please take. I say, I can't take, if I take, I will die. Never mind, take. See, this is not a spiritual life. One has to remain aware how much we are insisting for everything. See? And then we call it, no. Actually, I love you, therefore. Is this love or is it torture? It's a loving torture or torturing love. See, friends, rise above this. Then we are slowly getting disidentified with the body. Now, when we are lesser and lesser identified with the body, we will be lesser and lesser obsessed. We are obsessed with everything. What everybody should do, we decide. Don't do that. Relax. And when you are withdrawn from the body identification, the pressure of desire will start disappearing. Lesser the desires we entertain, more happy we are. In the deep sleep, we have no desires. We are so happy that we snore. Happiness is manifested as noise, is it not? So deep sleep is what? No desire, therefore happy. Krrr, krrr, going on. What happened? I am happy, no desire. See, friends. But we are all the time obsessed with that. Now, when the desires are fulfilled, we don't rise above the desire, but we get buried under the desires. And that is called a greed. See, desire is the very beginning of all the samsara. When desires are not fulfilled, expression is anger. When desires are fulfilled, expression is greed. Both anger and greed destroy our balance in life. How simple it is. I'll tell you 3 principles, try. When you are happy, never give any promise to anybody. See? When you are angry, never discuss. And third, when you are confused, never take a decision. Three things. Then we are working on the mind. So, when the desire is not fulfilled, anger. When the desire is fulfilled, greed. And greed has no end. See, recently that FIFA scandal, millions and millions of dollars here and there, there's no end. What will you do with that money? Greed has no end. Therefore, those who are living in the lower three chakras, they are living in hell. Hell is not a place where you go and there it is written, it is a hell. Okay, may I come in? No, it is not a place. I read one, story somebody sent me. There was an Indian, he went to hell. When he went to hell, he thought, let me go for shopping, different types of hells. So he went first to American hell. And he asked the, watchman there, hey, this is American hell? Yes. What are the facilities available here? So they said, you will be put in a electric chair and for 1 hour. And then you will be taken out and then you will be put to sleep on a bed of thorns, steel thorns, you will be put there. And there for 1 day. And thereafter you will be taken out and you will be given whips. 50 whips with nothing on your body. Okay. And this is enough to know. He goes to the Russian hell. And the same thing is repeated. Oh, American hell and Russian hell the same? Yes. Let me try my Indian hell. He goes to Indian hell. There also the same menu, no change. Then he says, okay, I will go to the Indian hell. So there was another person. Hey, how come you have selected the Indian hell? Because when they will put me in the Indian hell on the electric chair, there won't be any electricity. I will be happy. And when they will put me on that thorny bed, people would have already taken away all the nails, so I don't have to bother about it. And the person who will come to hit me the whips, he may not come, or even if he comes, he'll give one, he'll say, okay, make it 15, I am going. Hell is not a place. Hell is living under these three chakras. Living as the body, living for fulfilling the desires of the body, leading ultimately to a greedy personality. This is hell. See, friends, a real seeker is born when he rises above the three chakras and comes to the Anahat chakra. When we come to the Anahat chakra, we start working on the mind. Now see, the lowest chakra, Muladhar, Prithvi Tattva, element earth. Swadhisthana, element water. The Manipur chakra, element fire. These are the three lower elements, three chakras from which we have to rise above. See? And then we come to Anahat chakra. It is here that the seeker is born. And who is the seeker? He has no question, no doubts about anything about the lower three. Now he is working on the mind. He is not complaining about the mind. He is working on the mind. Most of us complain about the mind. Don't complain. Find out your own solution. And when we start working on the mind, we come to know mind is nothing but an interaction between the subject-object relationship. So I know this tissue paper, I know this book, I know this table. These are three things, but I, the knower, is one. When I thought entertains many not I thoughts, this I is very fat. When this I thought entertains minimum not I thoughts, this I thought is thin. And when the I thought does not entertain any not I thought, then what remains is thought-free I. The thought-free I is entering the Vishuddha Chakra. This is called as Atmakhyati. Now we are no more living as the body, as the sense organs, as the mind, as the intellect, or as an ego. Now we are living as pure consciousness. This is what is Vishuddha Chakra. Vishuddha, immaculate, pure. There is no contamination of Prakriti. Thought-free I. When we thus spend longer and longer time in this experience of thought-free presence, then in due time, the thoughts start waning away. The mind is slowly dissolved. When a seeker comes to this point, then he starts understanding the meaning of the mantras. Presently, we take only the dictionary and then see what is the meaning. That is not the meaning what Bhagavad Gita tells. See, when Bhagavan says, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina masthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha. Me, the formless, support all the forms. Therefore, all the forms are in me, but I am not in them. In fact, neither they are in me nor I am in them. This is the ultimate truth. The experience of this can happen only if we have gone step by step in this manner. Therefore, these are the two things, two steps. There is no compromise on this. First is freedom from body identification. Do whatever you are supposed to do. But the goal is freedom from body identification. We see the world what we have seen ourselves. There is fundamental rule. If I think myself to be the man, then I will look at this world man and woman. When I think myself to be Indian, I'll think there are two people, Indian or Indian. But when I come to discover these limited expressions are supported by me, but I am not in them. The man supports the father, the husband, and the son, but is not affected by any one of them. That is our natural state. We are not influenced, affected by anything. It is an illusion that we are affected. We are not. Only we have to recognize this. This is what Bhagavan says in Gita at the end. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Come to realize that you are not influenced by anything. Like the space is not influenced by anything. Whether there are earthquakes, nothing happens to the space. Whether there are tsunamis, nothing happens to the space. When there are infernos, nothing happens to the space. When there is a hurricane, nothing happens to the space. In the same manner, whatever may be the things and beings in front of my eyes, nothing happens to the eyes. Whatever may be the sounds, good or bad, ears are not influenced. Whatever may be the thoughts, good or bad, mind is not influenced. In the same manner, whatever may be the experiences, waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi, nothing touches me. That immaculate, untouched, uncreated, unmodifying, eternal presence is our essential nature. Anything that will lead us to this is spiritual life. Anything that will take us away from this is samsara. See, friends. So the first step is body identification must be dropped. Second step is the notion that I am a soul, one per body. When the body dies, the soul comes out and goes in search of another body and enters. No. When this hall is destroyed, the hall space will not go in search of another hall. When one glass pot is destroyed, the pot space will not go in another pot to enter. You don't go anywhere. Everything is happening in me. See, friends, with this line of contemplation, when you lead your life, then nothing in this world matters. Then we play the game of life. Whatever we are supposed to do, we do that. And we don't make an issue out of it. Yeah, sometimes we succeed, sometimes we fail. This is how the world is. Sometimes we gain, sometimes we lose. Yes, this is how the world is. Sometimes there are joy, sometimes sorrow. This is how the world is. Okay. Relax. The most valuable thing in the world is our peace of mind. So, this Paramatma started from the Agya Chakra, then Vishuddha, Anahata, Manipur, Swadhisthana, Mooladhara. Here we have come. Now we start backward. First, getting out of these three chakras is body identification destroyed. Slowly we rise above the body identification. Now we start working on the mind. And working on the mind is understanding the mind. Two things are required to be done with reference to mind. Number one, discipline the mind. Second thing is educate the mind. Disciplining and educating the mind is working on the mind. And when we thus know that the mind has these two aspects, I thought versus not I thought. Not I thoughts are many, I thought is one. More the not I thoughts involved, entertained, I thought becomes fat. Lesser the not I thoughts involved, I thought becomes thin. Old people have got a very fat I thought. Small kids have got a very thin I thought. Therefore, old people can get insulted, frustrated, egoist very quickly. Children are not, because their I thought is thin, very few things. And when this not I thought entertainment is reduced to a maximum extent, to that extent, this I thought becomes thinner and thinner. When zero not I thoughts are entertained, there is I without a thought. I am man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am intelligent, I am dull, I am hungry, I am thirsty. This is the I thought. I am is not a I thought. This mere presence, it is not the presence of, this mere knowledge. It is not the knowledge of. We know knowledge of cooking, knowledge of driving, knowledge of chemistry, knowledge of atomic energy. No, no, no. We are not talking of knowledge itself. We are not talking about joy of seeing a movie. No, joy itself. In the same manner. Not presence of mind, presence of the people, presence of the things. No, no, no. Presence itself. This thought free, I am not telling thoughtless, thought free experience, where presence and absence of thoughts is equal. This is rising in wisdom. It is extremely simple, not difficult at all. Now, all of us were sitting here. Have we done pranayam? No. Have we done charity? No. Have we done seva? No. Have we chanted Hare Rama, Rama Rama? No. Have we studied scriptures? No. Only we were working on the mind. And if we really work on the mind, you will be left with no question. Do we have a question whether I am or I am not? We have no question. This unquestionable presence, and it is so light, so simple, so effortless, and so quick. One lady asked me this question, Swamiji, how much time it will take for me to realize? I asked her, are you married? She said, yes. So you are a wife? She said, yes. Then I asked her, how much time it takes for a wife to become a woman? How much effort it takes for the wife to become a woman? Oh, it takes lot of time. No. The wife can never become a woman because she is already a woman. We don't have to become divine. We are divine. Don't have the wrong notion. Papoham, papa karmaham. I am the sinner. You are not the sinner. You are divine. See, friends, when thus we are working on the mind, all our thinking process changes. Presently, our thinking process is going downwards, dogwards. Let it go Godwards. See. And there is no hurry. Let it take its own time. What is the hurry? There should be urgency, not the hurry. In hurry, we have no patience. In urgency, we are committed. But for what happens, what happens with us, when we are, like many people say, Swamiji, when we listen, it is okay. But when we go out, put on our shoes and go, everything is forgotten. Again, we are back to square one. What should we do? Don't put on your shoes. That is why in India, people, when they go to the temple, they leave their old slippers, take the new one and go. That is the spiritual practice. Because when you leave your old slippers, you have left your ego. And now start again fresh with the new slippers. Don't get carried away by this. Remain cheerful and happy. We have to accept the world as it is. And we are in this world only for a time pass. That's it. Life discovers fulfillment. Then there is nothing to achieve, there is nothing to protect. So like the sun rises and ends, in the same way we will get up, do our job cheerfully, happily, and we die one day. And then we will come to know we never die. It was the body we just died, not me. When this room is destroyed, nothing happens to the space. In the same manner, whether the body remains or not, who cares? Only two things, not third. First, freedom from body identification and dissolving this funny dumb thing called as the soul. There is nothing like soul, one per body. Remove that wrong notion. And the second thing is achieved by study of Vedanta Shastra. Like there is light in the bulb. Bulb may be many, but light is one. In the same manner, bodies may be many, but the life is one. An expression of life are common everywhere. See, like the light in the bulb does the same job. In the same manner, expressions of life, hunger, thirst, anger, greed, friendship, enmity, joy, sorrows, everywhere the same. There is a difference. But our attention is not on the life. Our attention is not on the light. Our attention is on the number of bulbs. Oh, there are 4 bulbs, 5, 6, 7. No. Focus attention on the life. Then we come to know life is an expression of the divinity. Life is not divinity. Come to know this and be happy. Oh God, again and again be happy. You are teasing us because we are miserable. Okay, continue to be miserable. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.